Welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to Pod Time.
But right now, we're getting ready to go into our retro review of the week, and that is the movie Mama. So, produced by Guillermo del Toro and written and directed by Andy Muschietti, the guy that did The Flash. But he also did the first It, Chapter 1.
Machete.
Yeah. What'd you guys think? First impressions. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot, actually. Yeah, I was skeptical of it. It was kind of like one of those like I thought, right? Like I thought I was gonna be able to predict the entirety of the movie, and I was absolutely wrong, even up until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
I did not predict the ending right at all, but I loved it all the way through. I think the buildup was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how everything unfolded when everybody found out everything. I don't know if you want. I'll let you go into the detail, obviously. But for me, I loved how it unfolded, and I loved when the main characters found out. And like I said, I don't want to take over the review, but I love the fact that the doctor played up the whole time like he was oblivious, and he wasn't oblivious at all from the
Well, I
very
think he was
beginning.
definitely finding out information along the way and was still playing oblivious, but I don't think he knew
Slightly.
way more than we knew that he knew.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I'll let you get into it before I say. I don't know if I'm giving away too much too fast, because what I have to say about the reason why I feel that way is because of something that happened later in the movie.
Okay.
But do you mind if I say it, or?
I don't mind.
All right, so the reason why I say that he knew a lot more than what he let on was because the aunt, right? Annabelle, she when she grabbed his notes, you saw the hypnotherapy sessions and the pictures he took. He actually already had a picture of Mama in his
but
notes
we knew
before
that
he
though.
even.
He finds that out. He finds that stuff out along the way. He's just not telling them the stuff that he's finding out. We
No,
know
but
that he knows that though. Yeah.
no, we don't. We don't know that he knows that
Yeah,
beforehand.
we saw him getting information and stuff like that along the way.
We saw him getting information, but not the hypnotherapy sessions.
Well, no, but
We saw the
he saw
beginning of the
that while during the
hypnotherapy.
session, so he knew that from then. But we knew he knew that because we saw him see it.
We saw him see it after he went to the cabin to verify it, but he got that
No,
picture.
we saw him before that. But somebody gave him that picture. We saw somebody hand him that picture.
When? Am I
The
missing
lady was
something? I don't remember.
periodically somebody would give him like files or give him a manila folder with some papers in it and whatever. But that's one of the things that he was handed, that, and then they gave him the box or whatever with the skeleton in
That
it.
was the box with the skeleton
Box
was
was
way
later.
later
Yeah,
by
it was
that
later.
one
Yeah.
lady that worked at the government agency with all the shit on the shelves and all that stuff, all the documents of unreclaimed bodies and stuff. Remember that? Because she was like she's like, you would think that the people's remains wouldn't be on a government shelf, and that's when she hands them the box of the baby. But as far as the files go, I don't remember him ever. Think about it.
I think
There's
we're
no
just at
way.
an impasse here. I don't think either one of us is going to convince
Hold
the other.
on.
I'll just tell you that
Hold
I
on,
didn't get
please. Hold
that
on.
impression.
Wait. Hold on. You're forgetting one thing.
Mm-hmm.
How would somebody else give him a picture of Mama during the hypno session? It was his hypno session. See what I'm
Well,
saying?
he didn't get the picture from there. He had that picture. Oh no, it was in like this was
No,
like
it
the second
was.
or third session that he showed her the picture and said, "Is this Mama?" But again, even still, even if you consider that's the first time we knew he knew something from then on, and he was still not
He
saying
asked if
anything
Mama
to the
was
parents.
here, not if this is Mama.
He did ask that at some point. But either way, I think we're just going in circles, and I want to know
No.
what Arlie thinks about the movie.
Sorry.
It falls under one of the movies I don't like, so I zoned out a lot. Little girls were
He admitted
assholes.
it. Yeah,
They
yeah,
weren't.
for a
They
little bit.
weren't. You know,
A
Victoria
little while.
definitely came around very quickly. But I'll tell you my experience when I first saw this movie is that I was living with Jake at the time, and I got home and he wasn't home, and I was bored, and I had rented that movie, but I really wasn't in the mood to watch anything. I'm like, I'll just throw this on. It's a standard haunted horror movie, you know, and then whatever. But I was so captivated with it, and after it was over, I just laid there staring at the ceiling for a while, thinking about it. I thought it was so good, and like you said, I love the way they present the information to you. I love whenever I have no idea what a movie's about and they present the information in a good way. I have a lot of movies like that that I like, even especially more for that reason. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and this time through, I didn't remember Jessica Chastain's character exactly because I was not a fan of her at first. But you really see her come into the role that she is playing by the end of it. And a standout scene would be when they find Lily outside and she's cold, and she brings her in, and she's got her arms around her to try to keep her warm. But Lily doesn't want to make Mama mad, so she's screaming and she's trying to get away, and Annabelle just holds her tight and doesn't let her go, and then starts breathing on her hands, you know, and she likes it. So that moment right there, very touching, very deep, perfectly well done, and just that moment that Annabelle's character makes that jump from reluctant mother figure to these kids forced into this position to caring about them and stuff. And then shortly after that is when she has them in the room and she's like, remember, you know, don't climb out the window. If you need to go outside, use the stairs. And Lily actually repeats, use the stairs. And that's the first time she really talks. Like both of those moments side by side, so good, so well done. Just hit me right in the feels very, very hard. And I absolutely love the movie. So I'll give a short rundown of what it is. Is that these two little girls, their dad has like a breakdown and kills a couple of people at work, kills their mom, and takes them out to he just takes them out. He gets into a wreck, and there happens to be a cabin right there. So they go in the cabin, think he's deciding that he doesn't know what to do, so he's just going to kill the kids and then himself. He goes to kill the older kid, but then we see a black figure come out and snap his neck and pull him into the shadows. The older girl's glasses broke, so she has blurry vision the whole time. And then this mama ghost ends up raising them and protecting them until 5 years later when they get found by their uncle. Then their uncle and their aunt take him in. The mama attacks the uncle. He goes into a coma. So then it's just his girlfriend who has to take care of them until he's better. And then we find out that mama is the, what's that? Yeah, it said it was 5 years later, which I thought was a little bit too long. But I guess it doesn't really matter. You just accept that for what it is. It's fine. But so then the mama ghost, these are her children, and she's protective. So whenever they start getting feelings for the new mother figure, she gets jealous and doesn't like that. And then there's more that goes along with that, but I won't need to necessarily say much more than that. But yeah, it's a fantastic movie. It's one of my favorite horror movies, and I would 100% recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 9.9. 9.9. Stamped.
I'll give it a solid 8.5. I don't want to give it too high because I want stuff, but you're right. It was a. Did you? I'm sorry. I was researching shit, and I know this sounds ridiculous. I saw my light flicker in my room, and it freaked me out a little bit while you were talking about the horror movie. So that's why I kept like turning around. I was kind of like, bro, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, we're talking about the movie, and now the flickering, just like the movie. What the fuck? Horror movies still get to me. I'm still that little kid in the dark.
I like it when it can. When a horror movie can get to me, I like it. And there's definitely some scenes and stuff that really got me. Nothing that has scared me so much I wouldn't watch the movie again. But because Arlie had asked me that question one time. But there's definitely been some scenes that have given me the chills, like legit chills. And I love it. I love it. I wish I could have it more often.
Did you tell the end, or are we not spoiling the end for other people to go watch? Because it is worth keeping the secret.
Yeah,
because
I think we can keep that. I think we can keep the ending a secret for now.
That wasn't freaking out. I just heard a loud bang, and I'm like, son of a bitch, what did my kids break? Sorry. Anyway.
But yeah, I did not realize this falls under the categories of movies that that Arlie doesn't is too scared to watch. So I picked it without realizing that. So I apologize.
It's a good fucking movie, man.
There's so much depth and so much heart in it, you know. It's very good. And apparently it's based on a short film that Andy Muschietti did. So I think him and his wife, and they both wrote the movie as well. I think he directed it, but they made the short film and then they adapted it for the feature length.
I will say one thing. You might be right about the picture of Mama, but I don't understand why or how he got the picture of Mama without or within the hypno session
Well,
and
it's just
still
because he
needed to go to
revealed it
the
in that one,
cabin.
but they had more sessions. He was getting information from her throughout the sessions, and then he was looking it up on his end. That's how, because she told the
See,
story of Mama, that
that's the
Mama
thing though
showed her in
is
a dream, and then he went and looked up that information until he found the person.
okay. Because I thought he didn't get a real picture of who Mama was. Was that just a picture of her corpse? Like the real
I don't
person's
know what
corpse?
exactly that picture was because it almost looked like it was drawn, but I couldn't tell because the picture wasn't just of a person; it was all kinds of messed up. Like,
Yeah,
so
it was like
I
the
don't know
picture
where they
of
got it
Mama,
from,
but
but
not the real pic. Because I know he went to the cabin to
I
get
feel like
his.
it was somebody who knew the story, drew a picture of her.
Okay, maybe that was it then.
That's how I felt.
Either way, it was phenomenal.
I'm glad you enjoy it
Phenomenally
though. It's
done.
it's seriously
I
one of my
did.
favorites, and
I
anybody
am
that likes horror movies or just movies in general should watch it.
I am heartbroken a little bit about it, but that's because it didn't end the way I wanted it to end,
Hmm.
or
Yeah,
I should say thought.
I
But
was in the feels for Lily the entire time. I felt like because she was so young whenever it all started, it I just felt bad for her, like she never had a chance. And then it ends how it ends. Like she was happy.
yeah,
So
she was really happy. I don't want to
so
give all of it away though.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
I
you're
don't
right.
want to
I
say
think
any more than that, but it's fantastic. It's
yeah,
fantastic, and it's a very underrated movie. I have two copies of it. I rented it from Redbox and liked it so much, and I think I had it for maybe a week at that point without watching it. So I just decided to hold on to it. It cost $28 to keep a movie from Redbox. At least I did at that time. So I paid $28 for a copy of it with no case. And then years and years later, I saw it in the $5 bin at Walmart, so I picked it up again. It's fantastic.
yeah, definitely worth a rewatch.
Do you want to give it a rating, Early, or?
A big fat 0, no mama, no.
That was Welcome to Pod Time, my personal favorite podcast. Do not forget to fucking slash that subscribe button, slash that like button, and leave a fucking comment, or you will get a visit from Uncle Freddy and his glove.